Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com, and today I've got something really new for you. You're going to see how new a little later on, but this is the Seiko Samurai PADI edition, PADI being P-A-D-I, the Professional Association of Diving Instructors. A few months back, we did the Seiko Samurai video where I showed you the SRPB 51, 53, and 55 released by Seiko USA, and those instantly became bestsellers. Sold them like hotcakes. So now they've released SRPB 99, which is the PADI collaboration. Since they've been collaborating, Seiko and PADI have been collaborating since around March of 2016. There's been, somewhere around half a dozen or so models released, maybe a little bit more. But there's been solars, there's been kinetics, and there's been the autos. This falls under the automatic category. It's another Samurai in PADI branding. But it's really, the two of them are a match made in heaven, right? Because Seiko's been making dive watches since 1960-something, 65 or so 50 plus years of dive watch history. PADI is the largest instructional institute or instructional community for divers worldwide. They've certified something like 20 plus or 25 million divers around the world. So, PADI knows diving, Seiko knows watches, so you put them together and you get something really cool. So I don't want to take much more time. We'll head on over there, but first I'll do a wrist check, and just because one legend deserves another, a samurai for a monster, SRP 309. I don't know when they're coming back. I don't know if Seiko's still making them. I wish somebody would say something. But had to wear the monster for this review. And then I'm still on the Wenger and red and blue because it's red and blue's PADI color. So I thought it was only appropriate for this video. So let's get over there and check out the new Samurai PADI collaboration. When you get the watch, Seiko presents it in this beautiful dry box. Being a PADI collaboration, it would make sense. You want to keep your watch and your equipment dry, so they give you this awesome dry box, black and yellow. It's really sweet looking. I'm not sure if all of the PADI Samurais are going to be delivered in this box, but I know at least for the first go around, they all will. So you'll open it, and there's your watch. So let's pull it out and get into a little more detail. So here she is. This is the Seiko Samurai PADI collaboration piece, model number SRPB99. Current retail is around $550. There's been, about half a dozen or so Seiko PADI watches in the last year and a half, and they've all had, I believe, blue dials. This is the first one with a little bit of a departure. It's got a black dial, but it does retain a wave pattern on the dial, so we still know that it is, waterborne, if you will. But it does maintain red and blue on the bezel. Those are the PADI colors. So if we pull in really close on the dial, you can see that beautiful wave pattern on the black dial. Looks really nice. I do have here the SRPB 53, which is the regular Pepsi Samurai. So you can just see the dial texture difference. And here's the 53 in my right hand, and the 99, the PADI one in my left. You can see that the Pepsi here it's got more of like a linen style dial with the cross hatching on it, and then the PADI is definitely the wave, and obviously we're missing the PADI badging. The Prospex logo is moved. Everything we would expect to fit more branding on the dial. But let's talk a little more in detail about this awesome watch. It comes on the stainless steel bracelet. As I mentioned, it does have the red and blue bezel, obviously. So sizes, it's 43.8 millimeters in diameter, so let's say 44 millimeters. It is 13.5 millimeters thick from here to here, and then lug tip to lug tip, you can see the lugs are extremely squat. They're cut pretty short. It's only 48 from tip to tip, so even though it's a 44 millimeter watch, it's pretty much the same tip to tip dimension as most 41 or 42 millimeter divers, like an Orient or one of the other Seiko divers. So even though it's a little bit larger, it wears smaller than you would think. It's got a screw down crown, of course. It's water resistant to 200 meters. Has Seiko's hardlex mineral crystal, which means it's a little bit harder than mineral and not as scratch resistant as sapphire. It's their own proprietary compound. And speaking of compounds, we've got Luma Bright on the hands and the markers. We're going to check that out in a second. There's a little special surprise there, which I don't know if you can really tell by looking at it in the light. It is a 22 millimeter lug. This bracelet comes right off. So if you want to, you can fit that rubber strap that I just showed you. We sell that rubber strap, the Seiko silicone rubber strap for around 40 bucks. You can fit that on here. It's also got drilled lugs, so easy strap changes. You know, we put a tool in there, pop it out. We've got some videos on how to do that over on Watch and Learns. Of course, being a diver, it is 200 meters water resistant. Let's get the hands out of the way so we can check that out. Now, it says divers 200, and if you watch the Watch and Learn videos that I do, I think number 5 or number 6, we discuss what that means. Divers is almost like a trademark, and you can't put that on the dial unless you meet ISO 6425 off the top of my head, and that is the dive watch specification. It goes over not just water resistance, it goes over operation, how the bezel must function, bezel markings, dial legibility, strength if you go to get snagged on something underwater so the watch doesn't fall off your wrist. Whole slew of requirements. There's anti-magnetic requirements, whole bunch of stuff there. So that's really important to note that it is an ISO certified diver. Of course, it's a PADI collaboration, so it better be an ISO diver. It's got a knurled bezel, so you can turn it really easily. Of course, with gloves, not everything is easy, but knurled bezel, 120 clicks, uni-directional, and a knurled crown, so you can unscrew it. The watch is powered by Seiko's 4R35 movement, which is a 23 joule automatic hand-winding movement. So what does that mean? Well, if you're new to automatic watches, that means the watch basically, if you wear it every day, you probably never have to wind it. It winds itself as you wear it. Again, the Watch and Learns will explain all of this. It's got a little rotor in the back that keeps the mainspring wound. But if you don't wear it every day and you don't have a winder, you can wind the watch. So, I'm getting ahead of myself. So for general operation of the watch, the crown is screw down for water resistance, so you have to unscrew it. Turn it counterclockwise. It pops. Pull it out 2 clicks. You set the time. Be mindful of your AM PM setting and never set the date between the hours of 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. Pull the crown out 1 click. We set the date. Whoops. There we go. Okay. And then when the crown's all the way in, right before screwing it down, you can wind the watch. So you wind the watch just like this. You cannot overwind it. They do have a built-in mechanism, not a clutch. Again, I've discussed it in other videos, but you can wind to your heart's content. On a full wind, the watch will run for around 40 hours, so the premise would be you take it off on a Monday night, you don't wear it Tuesday, you can put it on Wednesday, and it will still be running, which is pretty cool. If you're not going to wear it when you think, you should definitely give it a wind or put it on a winder because it will stop. But, no harm, nothing's wrong with that, it's just going to stop. You need to wind it to get it going. To reseat the crown, you push in, turn, and then just till it's finger tight. So that is general operation of the watch. It's obviously a solid stainless steel case, brushed and polished. Beautiful bracelet. This is, Seiko is known for making great bracelets. Solid end links, of course. The links are held together with pins and collars, so if you are a do-it-yourselfer and you want to size it at home, please do not lose the collars. Be mindful of little round pieces of metal falling out of the bracelet when you size it. If you do not know what you're doing, bring it to a professional. The clasp is a typical Seiko diver's clasp flip lock. You pull that back, double push button, push these in, it unfurls. And then over here, you have 4 positions of micro adjustment. So too snug, too loose, maybe you don't want to take out another link. You can walk it along here by pushing in this pin and make it tighter or looser to your enjoyment. And then there is a diver's extension right here. Usually I can't get them with my gloves on. I can't. So let me deploy that and I'll show you how that works. Okay, so I've almost deployed. I opened up the diver's extension, and you just have to unhook it, and there you go. So when you put this on now, you get an extra 3/4 or so of bracelet room, so you can now fit it around your wetsuit. And when you're done, you just have to open the clasp back up. You'll fold this around. It hits on this bar and snap, and that's it. Flip lock is done. The bracelet's back to its regular size. So this little piece over here, this is really your diver's extension. That's where it's hidden. I did talk about Loom before, so let us look at the Loom. So Seiko's Luma Bright never disappoints, but look what they did here. What is that? Blue? I don't know. It's kind of blue. Green on the minute hand. Love how they did a 2-color combo and a green dot as registration for your bezel. Really quick, let's bring up the other Samurai that I showed you. All green. Not that it's dull. Not that it's boring. Hey, it looks pretty cool, right? I mean, you can see a lot. Oh my God, love it. That loom is worth it. That blue color with the green for visibility. So obviously being a diver, minutes are very important. That's why the minute hand is a different color, high visibility. And then, so what Seiko's done is they've extended that from daytime also into low light. So awesome, bravo, great job there. So flipping the watch over, you can see it's obviously a screw down case back. We would expect nothing more. The blue sticker is still on it. That to me is like, it's almost like a badge. I never remove the blue sticker from a Seiko when I get one. It's like the green sticker on the back of a Rolex. I always leave it on. But there is something that I did notice on this piece, and I wanted to share it with you. There's a little bit of hidden signals here. If you look at 7.0, what that means is it's a 2017 watch. The O is October. I mean, right now I'm filming this. It's October, I think, 20th. This watch was built in October of 2017. So this is as fresh can get. If this was milk, it wouldn't even be bad yet. I mean, these are really hot off the presses. So that's, again, just super cool. Definitely a new watch, and I know it's new by the serial number. So before we try it on, let's check out the tagging on it. Of course, because it's PADI, on blue thread we have the PADI collaboration. Seiko is an official partner. Pretty cool. And then we have the Seiko price tag and information tag. Model number and all of the items I probably already discussed. Divers, automatic, hardlex, case back, Luma Bright, uni-directional, and screw down crown. I'm pretty sure I mentioned the retail. $550 is the suggested retail. So let's pop this on my 6 3/4-inch wrist and see how she looks. I'm telling you, it's not going to be as big as you might think. So I'm just going to hold the bracelet back with my other hand, because I don't even want to size it. But you can see lug to lug, it fits great. It lays on the wrist just fine. Not too big for me, and like I said, my wrist is 6 3/4. I know a lot of you guys out there are asking me the Samurai. I always use the shorthand. The Turtle. Which one fits better? How do they fit? Do they fit like a 007? I mean, just look at that. 48 tip to tip. So if you can wear Orient Ray or Mako, those are, I believe, 48 tip to tip as well. It is actually the same lug length. I mean, that's amazing. So the way they made the watch really makes it open to a much wider variety or a wider crowd. You big guys can wear this, no problem. But the smaller guys, again, I don't think there's much of an issue there. I don't think this looks crazy. I don't think it looks huge. I think it looks gorgeous. Maybe it could have been a blue dial. Sorry, but of course that's what I'm looking for. But they got the wave, and that looks super nifty. So this has been Mark from LongIslandWatch.com showing you the new Seiko Samurai PADI watch. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so yet. If you have any questions or comments, please put them down below, and we'll be sure to address them as soon as we can. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.